Oh God, this thing's so slow. There we go.
It's Clobberin time! Yeah, and as the man said, and I can never say it as well, it's Clobberin time. I tried to get the Chuck McCann version up there, but I like the Loki version the best. Thank you.
Chuck
It's
McCann was good, though.
Clobberin time!
That's the best ever, brother. Appreciate that. Thank you, bud. I appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Hello, and I also appreciate all of the wonderful people who have popped into the in there. Okay, there we go. Oh, that was earlier. Oh, what did you oh, I saw a private thing there and I got it from Purple there. Well, we have some great friends here who've just popped in early, everyone. And so I want to thank you. Welcome to Clobberin Times. Still, all this time I'm still getting used to saying times instead of Clobberin Time. But Clobberin Times, issue number 776. When we get to the big 880, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do.
Have a party.
We're gonna have a lot of variant covers, I guess, and spoil stamped, embossed covers and shit like that. Because I think I live in a goddamn comic book anyway. Welcome to the wonderful people who have popped in the chat, including, of course, the wonderful Heiress of Chaos. Lovely to see you, my dear friend. Long time, buddy. Great friend Steve Mitchum is here. I've known that man for nearly 4 decades. He's old, in other words, is what I'm trying to say, Steve. Sorry, what you are. Not me, of course, just you. I love you, man. Good to see you. Hey, look at that. The great master of Canadian wrenches himself, Chris Persia. And the wicked wrench of the West. He's mean. Oh, no, it's Eric K. He's going to be mean to me. Oh, no. Eric K., bro. Thank you for being here, man. Tim Myers. Welcome, sir. James Caserta, thank you. And I appreciate you popping in the other night and hanging out with us on our Star Trek stream. I really appreciate that. Let me see if I missed anybody. Well, I see some. Oh, there's a crazy woman in there named Purple Valkyrie. Oh, I'm sorry. Totally different from the Purple Valkyrie that's with us.
It's an imposter.
An imposter indeed. Carrie Fisher, the great Flash, my longtime co-pilot, co-host, and all-around great guy on BTR for all those years. Yo, brother, I always appreciate seeing you here and popping in. And I want to say something about my sometimes partner in crime, the great Mark C. Not feeling very well tonight. In fact, he's getting some medical work done on him, and we'll just leave it at that. He's under the weather. He's buddy, if you're hearing this,
I'm going to cut you some slack and not talk bad about you for once tonight. No, I'm just kidding, man. Look, if you're hearing this, bro, love you, and I hope you're doing well. Hope you get better, man. You know, if you can call anytime if you need me and everything, and all of us, man, all of us wishing you the best.
We do, yeah. Feel better soon, Mark. We do love you.
Get well soon, brother.
Absolutely, man. We are in your corner, my friend, and just up and at 'em. Get up there, man. And just beat this damn thing. I want to again, whoever else has popped in, please, thank you so much. I want to thank again, as always, as I do on Monday nights, thank the wonderful Raquel Briggs for just a stellar time reviewing Star Trek as we do every Saturday night. We just had a blast. Good God, the chat gets more and more, just interactive and fun. Loki and Purple, I'll tell you what, the chat the other night was rocking, and they were all, they really responded to a lot of things, not because of me, of course, it's all Raquel, I'm telling you that, but we had a fantastic time, and they were all enthused about what we were doing, and reviewing real Star Trek, only real Star Trek.
Yes, you guys are having a lot of fun with that, aren't you?
I just love it. I mean, I've always loved Star Trek, and getting, because when I was on my BTR show, we did our fair share of Trek talking and stuff like that, but I wanted to do a lot more and just never got a chance to do it as often as I would have liked to. And right before Raquel started doing shows with me, I started doing a few of them here for sure. But then we got hooked up, and we've done already I got a huge Star Trek playlist. Now, everyone, by the way, if you want to go back and see some of those Trek shows, and she said that she spread a bunch of those around, and she has a lot of friends all over the world that has been watching them, that she spread them out to a lot of other people, Trek fans that she knows, and we've got a lot of views on them and everything like that, which makes me happy that someone's enjoying what we do, because it's all I care about, if someone enjoys it. And if you don't enjoy it, by the way, I want to hear that too, because it's fun. To hear, because even that's more fun, but I'm sick that way. I'm just kidding. I'm glad people enjoy it. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I have a wonderful time doing it. She is just amazing. And so, yeah, and I'll be back here again Wednesday and Thursday. I'll be doing 2 shows. And then, of course, back Thursday, for Saturday again with Raquel. We're reviewing all of Star Trek 1966 to 2005, because it's all the Star Trek there is: original series, animated series, movies, TNG, DS9, Voyager, and Enterprise, all of the real deal. So,
real Trek. How great is it
Trek
to be able to talk about something you love as well?
It is just, it's so much fun.
It's a relief, isn't it?
Oh, look, yes, and we're talking about something. Yeah, it's a total relief, because see, I've been doing this forever, ever since all of my greatest friends that I've ever met, you guys, has been in one geek venue or another. It's when I was a kid. Go ahead, and Eric's going to get me on this, but I have to say it. Running a comic shop before I owned one. He picks on me either way. He picks on me every time I set comic shop.
There's that rumor again.
There's that rumor, and it's all Gary's fault. I told Gary, I said, "Thanks a lot, man. Eric K's mean to me because of every time I have to mention the comic shop." But it's been comic shops, cons, geek meetings, and then later with the invention of the internet. Thank you, Al Gore. Not so many wonderful friends online that you hook up with all over the world that, just kindred spirits and geekness. And I love it. I live for it. Talking Trek and all that stuff. And when I can't walk into a comic shop without having a fun conversation about comics and stuff like that. And that's just what this is. This is hanging out at the comic shop, running into other geeks, and just geeking out. I use that word too much, don't I? Sorry.
No, you're absolutely right. It's how lucky are we to be able to actually get to do this? If you think about it, different time zones, different parts of the world, we wouldn't necessarily have met any other way, but we get to hang out and we get to talk about stuff that we love and be enthusiastic, or sometimes not so enthusiastic, depending on what we're talking about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There you go. Look, Eric K, dude, why I oughta. I told you it was going to be mean to me.
Wait. You owned a comic shop?
Oh, thanks
is that
a lot,
just a
Eric.
rumor, or is that fact?
Thanks a lot, Eric. They got Loki doing it to me, huh? Way to go, buddy. I know I can count on you.
I knew another YouTuber that possibly owned a comic shop, but I'm still not too sure about that one either.
Now I'm getting picked on for giving too many people wrenches. What is this? 10 wrenches and one person.
I guess that sounds like a pretty pornographic video somehow.
Oh God.
I'm sorry.
What can you do in a comic book shop, ladies and gentlemen?
He says nothing. But now it's a wrench thing. Let's see. Clobby gave wrenches to everyone here in one day. I did? Not everyone.
Does he mean you gave a wrench or you like gave wrenches?
I gave wedgies. I wrenched their wedgies. I don't know. Well, he's biased, but I love him. Steve mentioned Clobberin Times had the best comic shop ever I did. It was really sucked compared to like really cool comic shops, but it was my best. I loved it. Here we go. Look at this. I get no respect. At all. Look at this. What? This is a rumor you owned what? A comic shop? When did this happen? Where? Why, where, how? I thought a nasty hobbit just started that rumor. Well, I'm just going to cry. I'm going off in a corner and cry somewhere. Oh, now look, now I'm in trouble with the wrench too. Let's see, Eris. I'd be too powerful. I was given a wrench. I'm just going to give her a wrench just because she said that.
Oh, God.
Should I do that? Just give her one for the hell of it? Oh, man. Canadian Spider-Man does whatever a Canadian spider can. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. My good friend. Oh, well, see. And by the way, that was the name of my shop that I did own. The rumor's true. Mega City Comics.
City Comics.
Yeah, I was a bit of a Judge Dredd fan.
That's a great name.
Yeah, that is a great name.
I love mine. I hear there are other ones now, but I had the first Mega City Comics. I think there are other shops that did it, but mine was first. I'm
never
pretty sure.
did hear any more about the Judge Dredd TV series that's supposed to be coming out, did we? That's kind of fallen by the wayside.
Yeah, well, probably for the best. Could you imagine a woke Judge Dredd? Oh.
Yes, unfortunately, yeah. But they did say it was supposed to be one of the most expensive TV series ever made, other than Lord of the Rings. And I could believe that if they did it properly.
Well, if you're going to make it really look like Mega City 1, from the comic, and that's if they would. As stupid as the Stallone movie is, they actually made Mega City 1 look fairly close, Stupid though the movie is.
I am the law.
You know when that came out? I was so pissed off.
I bet.
Years earlier, in one of I had a Judge Dredd British annual. Those hardcover British annuals you all have over there, like Doctor Who annuals and all the other things. Mm-hmm. For me, those purple.
Yeah.
Well, they did all did kind of funny things, and they did one where they put Judge Dredd helmets on a bunch of different actors. Who would play Judge Dredd in a Judge Dredd movie? This is from the early 80s. We didn't think there would ever be a Judge Dredd movie. And one of them they had some pretty goofy looking ones on certain actors you definitely wouldn't have figured for it. And one of them was on Stallone, the worst one of all of them. And I said, oh, God, they would never. Sylvester Stallone will never play Judge Dredd, at least. Whew, that's pretty silly.
Yeah, you just had to say that.
Yeah, it was my fault, man. I just jinxed it. Oh,
I remember seeing that and like, I mean, I never left the theater, but I was like, hey, Dad, this is really stupid. I would break the law. I am the law. And I'm like, yeah, this is really stupid.
Well, eat recycled food. It's good for the environment and okay for you.
Schneider was like the best part of that movie. He was the only part that I was like, okay, at least he's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, but he was supposed to be Fergie. Nothing like the Fergie from the comic books. D.D. Myers, welcome. And you know what? His Lawmaster looked good. Actually, his uniform wasn't bad either.
The bikes, the
Lawmaster.
Lawmaster, yeah. And the Lawgiver, the gun. I was getting the
Lawmaster
and the gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie looked good. It just wasn't.
The Angel Gang was perfect. They got them right. That was from the Cursed Earth storyline. I'm a Judge Dredd freak from back then. And I was like, and the ABC Warrior, which was from a completely different 2080 comic, but looked okay. But Rico was ridiculous. I like Armand Asante, but Rico was supposed to be Joe Dredd's twin. Yes, his real name is Joe Dredd. Mm-hmm. What the hell? Why is he his twin? I mean, maybe a little, I don't know. Again, nitpicky, I grant you. But
they're all cons. They're all cons.
Yes.
If nobody gets that, then watch some Star Trek and then watch Judge Dredd. They're cons.
Oh, but see, and I'm one of those few. We won't open this can of worms now. everyone loves the Carl Urban Dread except me. I hate that movie. So.
Dude, I love the movie. I love the way he did it. It's just like they got some shit wrong, but it's a lot better than the Sylvester Stallone movie. Come on.
That's my theory. People only like it because it's not as ridiculous as the Stallone movie. The fact is, he looks cool. They ruined Judge Anderson. She's supposed to be a side judge from the Judge Death story. Now she's just a normal judge. It's just a lousy shoot 'em up with no story. And they forgot one of the most important things about Judge Dredd from the comics, and it's the humor element, the dark comedy satire. It's not there. It's just a bloodbath with guns. And it looks like Detroit outside. I know they have a low budget. I hate that damn movie with a passion. Everyone loves it. My theory is people love it because if the Stallone movie never happened, it wouldn't have created that people, because it was so cool to see a great actor playing Dredd. No question.
You know what? You got Carl Urban. He never takes the helmet off. You got Mama. Nobody ever gives Mama enough credit. First time I heard Mama, I was like, what the fuck are we watching? Mama. Yeah, Mama. But the gang thing was cool. I like that. I liked him like having to climb, like it's almost like going up the pagoda. You know, I like that. This could be a comic. This could be a Dredd comic where they're going up the tower to get the gang leader. But there is no humor. You're right. It's not like, where he's, give me a flare, and he lights him on fire or some funny shit like that. You're right. There's no humor, but he was at least a kick-ass Dredd.
Yeah, he's great, but it does not a movie make. The movie had no story. It was just a bloodbath and no Dredd. When did they say Anderson was a side judge in that movie?
They didn't, because she wasn't.
She's not a side judge in that movie, dude. She's a side judge in the comics. But that's, but anyway, by the way, welcome to the great first.
Mark C.
Mark C, who did say that. Mark C, you the man, bro. Great to see you. But everyone loves them. So that's why I didn't want to open the can of worms. I get pilloried every time someone. Not by you guys, but I'm saying it really. You would. I mean, believe me.
We've talked about that before because I was like, well, at least it's better, and you're like, yeah, but the only reason why it's good is because it's better than that one Stallone.
That's my theory.
It's like, well, we want a good Dredd movie. Come on, it's like one of the most overlooked comics of all time. That's such a badass story. So when we get something where we can at least be like, okay, that was cool, we're happy.
Yeah,
it could have been better, sure, but at least I walked away happy. I didn't walk away going, that movie sucked. I am the law. I didn't walk away making fun of it.
No, I hear you. Look, and I respect that. I just walked out very unhappy myself. But if everyone else, look, I'm willing to sacrifice my happiness for the good of the many. The happiness of the many outweigh the happiness of me. I'm for that. But
no, I know exactly what you mean.
How cool would it have been
to Fantastic Four?
Oh, but nobody liked that one.
We have high standards because it's something that you are a fan of.
You know what's really funny? I used to make fun of Stallone, right? I used to all that. That face is hanging. We were talking about driving trucks earlier before we got on here, and I'd been driving this truck all day. I get back to the barn. I'm like, man, boss, I think I'm gonna go to the hospital. I feel really weird. I felt really weird all the way home. My eyes keep watering. And he's like, Loki, man, you do, because the whole side of your face is just frozen. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, you're talking to me, and one eye is not blinking, right? So I go to the hospital. I get a CT scan to do all this shit, and they're like, no, you didn't have a stroke. You've just got Bell's palsy. And I'm like, what the hell is Bell's palsy? Oh, it's when your face freezes. One side of your face just freezes up and just stays frozen for months at a time. And I'm like, what in the shit are you talking about? So I go home and I'm looking in the mirror, and it's frozen like that. And people come in, I ended up working in the shop. I couldn't drive for a couple of weeks while it calmed down. And I got to the point where I was making fun of myself. But every time I did that. I am the law. Look, I'm Stallone. I have my face droop down like this. I'm the law. I don't know what the point of that was, but yeah.
But it's still good though.
When you can't, when you watch a Dread movie and you're not doing that, at least
Now, look. Mark C says that she used her psi power on a gang member. I just watched it last week. Well, to be fair to Mark C, whom we love, I saw it the one time in the theater and never sat through it again. It either wasn't in the theatrical cut or some kind of special cut, or with my garbage memory now, it's possible it wasn't there. But she wasn't called a psi judge.
No, they didn't call her side judge, but she had psychic power. That's why she got that job with him that day, because they were going to kick her out. They were going to kick her out of the judges and fail her. And they showed that one court judge showed Dread that she was like, can you tell us who we are in the room with? And she's like, it's another judge. And she's like, Dread. And he's like, she's a mutant, a mutie. And that judge is like, no, she has, psychic ability. It's the strongest we've ever seen. We want to give her one last chance, and we want you to take her out. And he's like, I'm going to fail her. Well, and he does fail her at the beginning of the movie. He does fail her, but because she used her psychic gift and that one guy and helped him out so much, he passes her at the end. But yeah, she is a psychic. They just don't call her that. They don't call her a side judge. They just oh, she's going to be a judge because she's got that ability. They just never call her that.
Okay. Well, I still hate it. And just imagine if they'd had Judge Death.
Well, yeah, that's where they'd go with the Dark Judges if they ever did another film. They'd jump straight to that.
That was in the theatrical version, and I forgot all about it because I remember maybe I was just so pissed off while I was watching the movie I missed it, which is I'm not very observant when I'm pissed off, or any other time really, because I have the attention span of a 3-year-old. So, well, that was 2012. Back then I actually had the attention span of a little bit better since it was long ago, like of a 6-year-old. So maybe 5.
It's better than 95.
Yeah. So, point to Mark C. But I'm still not going to watch it again, so I'd rather just take his word for it and never sit through that again. But again, most people love it, which is fine. Again, isn't it good enough at least that I'm fair and okay, everyone else is allowed to love it? Maybe. No, or maybe not. Maybe I'm.
I really like Stallone too. I just hated that movie. You can be Rocky, Adrian. Okay, I accept that, but.
I actually did have a stroke when he was a kid. But no, I love Stallone. He's just Dread. Come on, man. And Carl Urban's the perfect casting for it. You never get an argument about me on that one. Of course, let's be honest. He's always great. Carl Urban's a great actor.
Yes. He wasn't bitching about not taking the mask off the whole movie. He didn't bitch at all.
No.
He was like, he's not pulling a Pedro and bitching that he's filming off.
Oh, no. He understood. And I think he was a fan of the character, so he got that.
That, you know what? I love when I hear that. I really do. I love when I hear that. Oh, an actor is actually a fan of the role they're playing. Brilliant idea. Brilliant idea. Casting someone that loves the role of the character they're going to play.
Amazing how that works.
God, look, Billy Zane was a fan of the Phantom before he played him, and it showed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I love the Phantom. I love that movie. And I thought he was great in that. I know a lot of people probably, I guess, said, I don't know, it was fairly popular. I guess didn't do that great, but I don't know if you saw that one. But
well, think of Ryan Reynolds. If it wasn't for him pushing the character, we never would have had the Deadpool movies because of that god awful.
Yep.
Wolverine Origins.
Played. Yeah, in Origins.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Eastland Burkholder, welcome. Dr. Hercumonkey. I like saying Hercumonkey.
And he got to fix that though. He got to fix that
at
the end of Deadpool. So you have no idea how much noise I made in the theater when that happened. I was like standing up cheering and people were looking at me like, oh my God, sit down. And I'm like, fuck you. Yes, kill him. Kill that fake. Kill the fake. Fix it. Sorry, Wolby. Yeah, my bad. I agreed to do that. Sorry.
Why would that is if you can't find too many more idiotic decisions ever made in the history of film. And I don't even care about Deadpool, but taking his mouth away.
Green Lantern.
The mark with a mouth.
Green Lantern.
Well, no, that was horrible. I'm just talking about just a character that's all about being mouthy, taking his mouth away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a reason why he went back and killed that one and then went back and killed himself before he played Green Lantern. That all made sense.
Yeah.
That all
No,
made
that was
sense.
hilarious. That was hilarious. I love that scene. Oh,
It's how excited and what's the word? Innocent he looks when he sits down with the Green Lantern script. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna play Green Lantern, and then boom,
boom.
Pretty sure the line is, "This is brilliant."
Oh, it was
Bang.
that was fantastic. That was the end of 2, right? Deadpool 2.
Nope, that was the end of 2.
I like 2. A lot of people were kind of rough on 2. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was hilarious. I'm not even a Deadpool fan except for the movies a little bit.
I love to, especially when I found out that he was the voice of the Juggernaut too.
Yeah,
The voice of the Juggernaut too. I was like, holy shit, he loves his Marvel. He loves it.
yep. Just the fact that we're seeing the Juggernaut like that in that movie, fighting Colossus, dude.
Yep.
Come on.
Yeah, no, it doesn't get any better than that because that's like an age-old whoop ass. It's like you see Juggernaut, you see Colossus, you're like, oh shit, unstoppable force meets immovable object. Bring it on.
That and I love Josh Brolin. I thought he was great. as
Yeah.
Mayweather.
Yep.
The only way you could top that is if you had a really good, it'll never happen ever, but a really good Thing Hulk fight in a movie, which would be my favorite thing ever. Did either of you see the video that was exclusive to YouTube with the Christopher Reeve Superman fighting the Hulk?
No,
Yes,
I don't think so.
Yes,
No.
I remember
Oh
that.
my God. If you can find it, it's out there. Probably still on YouTube, I'd imagine.
Yep.
In multiple parts. This guy, I mean, it's CG, but really good CG. It really looks real. It's the Christopher Reeve Superman and just an all-out, no story, just a brawl out in the desert with the Hulk. Oh, man, I love it.
Could you imagine in middle of phase 4, right? You've got intelligent Hulk that's like, oh look, I can be a scientist and be the Hulk, and he gets his ass whooped by the Thing so bad that like dumb Hulk comes back, you know? And you're like, okay, now this is cool. This is what we have been waiting for. He's like,
Back
okay,
to Hulk smash.
yeah, back to Hulk smash.
Hulk smash.
Fuck Gray Hulk and the intelligent Hulk. Forget that. Go back to Hulk smash. That's what we
That's
need.
what I want. That's what I grew up with. Hulk smash Hulk.
Yep.
I love him. Now, again, still though, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the very best, characterizations of the Hulk you're ever going to see, including, and this is including comic books, and it's better even than in comics, was on the brilliant, fantastic show from 2010 and 11 called Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes. If you want to see great Marvel, a great Marvel cartoon that got cut short by idiots running Marvel, that show is unbelievable. Hey, Bob, yo, I don't know if you've ever seen that, Luke, but if you like animation and you like Marvel,
yeah.
I love that.
I used to
so great on there.
You know, I used to be so upset. There was only a couple of times to me where the animation in Marvel beat out DC. DC was always kicking the shit out of Marvel and animation. And I remember seeing Hulk versus Wolverine. And I was like, holy shit, with Deadpool in that, I laughed my ass off. I loved that. I loved that movie. I was like, this is what you need. Insanity and fun and funny, and you guys aren't getting it. And then they did the Avengers movie, and I was like, holy shit. They did that animated Avengers movie, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved it.
Animated movie? I'm not sure which one that was.
It was Avengers the movie, I think. It was just the Avengers movie. And they wake up Steve Rogers, and he like busts out of the lab he's in, runs outside, and there's the helicarrier landing, and in walks.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Walks. Oh my God, I can't think of his name. Samuel Jackson.
Nick Fury.
Thank you. Nick Fury walks out, and he's like, "Captain, we need to have a discussion." He's like, "Oh my God," and he's like, "Yeah, I know what it looks like." And they have like a talk. And even in that, at the end of Captain America, the movie, the actual Marvel movie, when they do that at the end, I was like, holy shit, this is just like the animated movie. This is just like the comic, the ultimate comic I read. This is great. It's fucking brilliant. This is what I want to see.
Well,
They were both great films. That one with Deadpool, it's very funny. One of my favourite lines is when they're running away from him and he's right behind them and he's like, I think we lost him. It's so stupid.
oh, Fat Steven Seagal popped in. Mark the Infinitely Tired popped in, and we got Dave Bob, man. All right. Welcome, my friends.
Hail, gentlemen.
Hey, gentlemen. I think I never watched that animated movie that you're talking about because it looked like Ultimate, so I didn't look at it. That's why I love Ultimate Mightiest Heroes, because it looks like it's based on all kind of old classic comics and it's got the right look. You know how I am about, because we're going to be talking about, costumes soon, actually, together on tomorrow night, right? Tomorrow night, 7, by the way, everyone, 7 a.m. is segue, 7 p.m. Not the Central time over on Fat Steven Seagal's channel. Is that correct?
Yes, it's going to be over on Fat Steven Seagal's channel tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Yeah, so if you have not subscribed to Fat Steven Seagal yet, please do. Please go find his channel. I believe, a double check. I think I have. Let me just make sure. Yes, I have a link to Fat Steven Seagal's channel in my description below, my friends. So please go subscribe to that tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central. We'll be talking about a lot of comics and different things like that. But when it comes to costumes, I admit it, man. I totally admit it to both of you. What a ridiculous geek I am. If I'm watching something or reading something, and if the costumes are of an era I don't like, it does throw me off. Sometimes I can't, to a point where I don't enjoy it. It's stupid, but it's just I grew up. You want what you want sometimes when it comes to these characters. And I hate certain looks. I really do. I hate the more modern-y crap. I hate it. It's old man stuff. I understand that, but man, I don't know. I admit it. I'm not saying it's right. Just saying it's me. By the way, there was a TV show we were going to talk about. I think,
yeah.
I'm sorry. This is my look. I derail a lot. We
might have gotten whammied. We might have gotten whammied by the redhead in the room, and she made us forget everything.
Yes. Oh, so it's plain purple time, eh? Wandavision episode 4.
Boy, does it explain a lot.
Yes. Yeah. Are we doing spoilers?
Oh, yeah. By the way, the due diligence right here. Hi, everyone. If you have not seen WandaVision episode 4, and if you are interested in watching it and you are one of those spoiler pansies, just kidding. If you don't like, I meant if you don't like spoilers, I'm just kidding. No, just a joke. We're going to give you the standard warning here. So here we are. If you do not like spoilers in your television watching, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom! Spoiler time. You have been warned. WandaVision episode 4, Purple, and because I know you've obviously talked about it a lot. You had your wonderful stream yesterday, which I was able to listen to and enjoy with the wonderful Sammy Joe. And by the way, again, big congrats on all the success of the channel. You monetized and all that great stuff, and membership and all that fantastic stuff.
Thank you both. Yeah, really, really appreciate it. Thank you again, and thank you to everyone who supported us. We are very, very lucky. Absolutely.
And anyone here who happens to have not gone over and sub to the Rise of the Valkyries, please do. There's a link again in the description below. As of course, there's one to Loki's channel and many other fine YouTube channels, because we didn't list any of the sleazier ones, only the good ones. I don't even know what that means. So Purple, what did you think of episode 4?
I loved it. I thought it was probably one of the strongest episodes they've done. As Loki pointed out, just they've tied up a lot of questions that people had. I love that it's almost 2 settings now. So we've got the real world in quotations, and then we've got what Wanda's doing, and I love the deep dive into it now. I thought it was fantastic to see Darcy back. It was great to see more of Agent Wu, whom I'm really enjoying. I thought he was a great character, both of those very charismatic characters. I thought they worked really well together. And the more I see of Monica Rambeau. The more I wish that she'd been Captain Marvel.
Isn't that something? Isn't that something? You're like, holy shit, this woman can act. This woman can act. Holy shit. Why is she not captain? Why is she not the captain? Why do we have this blonde, flat-assed, non-active bitch as Captain Marvel instead of this beautiful who can act woman that's playing Monica Rambeau?
That seems to be the consensus about Monica.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've seen her in something else, by the way. I don't know. Maybe I can't figure out what. But well, Loki. So again, about what was your basic reaction to this episode?
I absolutely loved it. You do know we're missing episodes now. I didn't even think about that before. There is a gap. There's a gap between the first episode and the second episode and the third episode because they're watching all of these episodes like all day into the night and into the next day, right? Mm-hmm. At least that's what it looks like on the show we're watching. If those shows are on all the time and they're like, have they made it out of the 60s yet? That means that there's episodes we're not getting. There's episodes we're not getting to see. That they're getting to see, but we're not getting to see. It's like they're only touching on the times where they've watched the episodes we've seen. There are episodes that are being broadcast that we're not getting to see.
Yes, because even Darcy mentions that. She says, "What? I'm invested in it."
So it's like we're only getting one episode, maybe a season. I don't know. You know, I don't know how many we're missing, but we're missing episodes.
Wow. I never even considered that. Wow. I liked it too. In fact, this was the episode that really I think I needed, to be honest. I was having a good time with the first three, dude. Don't get me wrong. Nothing bad to say about it. I was enjoying it. I was intrigued, but you can only intrigue for so long. You got to start laying your cards out. I've been saying since the beginning, got to start laying some things out. And we needed this episode. One more extraordinarily weird but fun cryptic episode would have been probably a little taxing for me. This one is a nice relief, a nice break episode. And I'm hearing a lot of people, but no, everyone's time with an opinion, no big deal. A lot of people really can't stand Darcy. And I promise I'm not just saying this is a toxic male who thinks she's really cute, because she is, I think. I don't mind her that much. I mean, yeah, I can see she can be a little smarmy or whatever. I can see some people having a problem with them. I have some people really, really find her annoying. I've seen far more annoying characters than her. I mean, you can't just, okay, she's a wisecracker. People sometimes criticize the MCU too much for having too much banter and too much jokey joke stuff and wisecracking stuff. That sometimes that criticism holds water. Other times I'm like, have you ever read a Marvel comic? Have you ever read it? Well, and by the way, they always say, but DC never did. No, DC has done it too. Wisecracking in comic books is part of us. That's how Josh Whedon, who got a little annoying with his writing style eventually in some cases, all of his, wisecracky, jokey dialogue style that he has brought, that he's a trademark of his on Buffy and on Angel and on Firefly and in his Avengers movies, he got it from comic books.
And if you think about it, okay, Darcy is very intelligent. Very, very intelligent.
Yes.
She got the internship. She was in college when we first saw her in Thor, right? So she's intelligent and she knows it, and she's got attitude. So of course she's gonna mouth off in a I'm smart, don't be an idiot way. She's even more that now. Her character has evolved. She's not in college anymore. She's not an intern anymore. She has her degree. She's like, can I get a cup of coffee? She expects to be rewarded for her intelligence.
And even though, as you say, she is wisecracking, she can back it up. She's the one that pushes this episode forward. She's the one that figures out the radio waves. She figures out the background radiation. She figures out that if you tune in a 1960s TV to this particular wavelength, boom, there's the show that's being quote unquote projected.
Yeah, and I just don't think it's anything. The first Thor movie, I like kind of the first half of it more than anything else. She was in Dark World. I mean, I liked her in both of those fine. The movies I have some issues with here and there, but I know she doesn't bother me. And again, I'm not just saying it because I think she's super cute, because I do think she is super cute. Especially when you see her on that stupid show. What was it? Two Broke Girls or whatever. Holy shit. But anyway, Kat Dennings is really cute. I'm sorry, but no, but I've heard a lot of people really, really hate her. But it doesn't bother me. And I kind of like Jimmy Woo.
I
think the two of them are pretty good together. I had no problem with it, and either one of them. And even, again, like you mentioned, Monica, that she's a much better actress, not only than Brie. But the lady who played her mother in that horrible Captain Marvel movie, she's better. I guess we'll see her get her superpowers at some point soon, perhaps. But yeah, again, there's not a whole lot to say about this one. I don't
know about that. What have I been saying since the very beginning? That this is Wanda, right? I'm like, it's Wanda.
Right.
It's Wanda. It's Wanda. At the very end, when Monica said, it's Wanda, it's Wanda, it's all Wanda, I said, it's not all Wanda. It's not all Wanda. Now I've reversed. I completely reversed. And I'm like, no, that's what they wanted you to think this whole time, is that this is Wanda. And yes, she spat Monica out like an old M&M, but it's not all Wanda. Wanda may have her powers. Wanda may think that she is in charge of all this. Something has manipulated her. Something is causing this. It's not all her. They've got you thinking that, and they would not have made a point to have Monica confirm it's Wanda. It's Wanda. It's all Wanda. If it was all Wanda.
Yeah, it's definitely not all Wanda. Definitely not all Wanda. Steven said, have you ever thought we are not watching characters from our MCU universe? I've not thought that, but wouldn't discount it, the thought either. Have you? I've never thought that. Have you?
Not something that I considered, no.
Well, it's worth considering. It could be. I'm willing to go with the flow and see where it goes. Again, you've done enough now. You've had 4 episodes to where I'm enjoying it and having a good time. You've got my interest, so I'm willing to go where it takes me if they just stay on track and continue to be entertaining and thought-provoking like they are. So, and it's intriguing. Waiting for the Wonder Twist.
Oh God!
There's a puppet. Yeah. I mean, maybe not the actual puppet master from comics, but there is one. Maybe not the FF villain puppet master, but I see what you're saying, Fat Steven. Something's behind this. This got to be. And again, will we know though? Will we ever? That's why when you try to attribute too much of it to one or 2 different storylines that there may be strip mining, I think they only strip mine bits and pieces, and they pick from all over the place and put together their own thing, so they can't be figured out.
Yes, and so they definitely cherry picked bits that work for this particular film. I just think this episode worked really well because it kind of broke the flow, as you say. So we've had 3 episodes that are based on sitcoms. Now, if they'd continued that trend, they would have run out of decades, because we've just gone through the 70s, we'd be in the 80s, so you'd have the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s. But if they do it so it's kind of like a juxtaposition between like the real world back to Wandavision, back to the real world, and this kind of flipping back and forth, I think that's going to work really well now.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that they've done a good job of setting things up now. And then, you had 3 episodes of some bizarre, interesting things. Now you're giving us, I think there's more meat on the bone because of this new episode.
Absolutely.
I really do. And I really enjoyed it. Good.
Sorry, I was just saying the production value of this episode, you could see why the budget's so high. It looked great.
Yep, absolutely. So, and we got what? Is there going to be a 10th? There's 9 or 10? I keep hearing. I've heard 10. I heard there's going to be a 10th one.
Yes, they're hinting at that there's an extra episode that's going to be made.
Oh, well, nice. Because it's now we're almost to the halfway point. And I think that, look, this is kind of the ride's a lot more fun doing it this way week to week, even though you wish you could watch it all at once. I mean, I don't know if you do, but I mean, everyone's kind of, now that we're so used to binging stuff. But the week to week wait's kind of fun for me. I don't know about you.
I hate the let's come out with the whole damn series right off the bat. I hate it. Netflix started that shit. Amazon copied it until they realized, oh well, guess what? People like binge watch our entire season of something we came out with, and that's it. It's over in like a week.
Mm-hmm.
All the press, all the hype, all the excitement. We just spent, $300 million on this season to make this season of the show, and within a week, nobody's talking about it anymore.
Yeah. We'd still be talking about Cobra Kai now if it'd been released weekly.
Yes. Now, I think it's one of those exceptions where people still talked about it for a few weeks after, but yes, you're right. It would be hanging on every episode, But then again, you run into a lot of people say, "Wait a minute, that's what," because a few people that I have that I thought might like the show that I've recommended it to. Who just have casual viewers of the MCU that they like the movies have said, oh yeah, I'm really liking it, but I hate having to wake every week. Why can't I have it all at once? Because they're used to the binge thing now. That's why. But you can't have that. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Let's see. Well, it's if there's a 10th, it would be more of a cliffhanger attachment to the Multiverse of Madness. Yeah, that's probably that makes sense. Probably. But again, I went in saying it for 3 weeks, like they're going to have to start giving us a little bit more, and they didn't disappoint with this one. They did. They gave me a lot of reason to stick around and to be looking forward to it. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I think most people that I hear have enjoyed this one. You've heard a little squawking about wokey stuff here and there, but for the most part, why bring that up too much? Even though you can, if you really hold a microscope up to it, you can find stuff. But you're going to find that in all modern entertainment now, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, except Cobra Kai. So basically, any further thoughts, Purple, on this episode?
I think this one was a little bit harder for people with the Easter eggs.
Yes,
because there was so much of pushing forward of the narrative, and there was so much for them to cover to catch up what would be the audience with what's actually going on. But there were little things, things like the drone that got sent through by Monica. So it starts off as it's actually in Captain Marvel's colours, which was a nice nod until it gets sent through the force field, and then obviously it goes and it becomes relevant to that particular time period, and it turns red and gold.
Yeah.
The badge, her badge turning into that pendant. I loved being right. I was like, oh wow, look, I was right. When shit goes through, it gets reformatted. Who would have expected that?
And when it comes back out, which is interesting. Because right at the end, where they pull the cord that was attached to the guy that becomes the beekeeper back out, the last few yards of where it actually went through the barrier.
Jump rope.
Yeah, was changed.
Yeah. It was a jump rope. It was the end of a jump rope. The cable turned into the end of a jump rope.
Yep.
Well, and about the bees, they all, as you notice when he starts crawling through the the hole or whatever, the bees don't pop up until he ends up across that threshold or whatever.
Yep.
Yes.
What are the bees? We know he's not really a beekeeper. Why bees?
The illusion. Well, he's in a bee suit. He went from like a hazmat suit to a bee suit.
Yeah, I guess that was just Wanda.
Yeah, it's like it was the closest equivalent that she could come up with
that makes
of what
sense.
he was wearing.
If that is Wanda. if
Mhm.
that is
If.
Wanda
Yeah.
doing that.
Yep.
I don't think the barrier is Wanda. I think Wanda is controlling the narrative of what's happening with her in the show. I don't think the barrier is hers.
Mhm.
But I could be wrong. I don't know. I think we're going to find out from the person that's the informant. Wu's informant is someone that we don't know. It's someone important from the movies that we haven't seen yet that is going to make a surprise appearance. We're going to be like, holy shit. And that's going to be Wu's contact. And when they get a chance to talk to Wu, or maybe they have found some way to avoid whatever's going on, but whatever it is, I think that Wanda's being manipulated and that Wu's contact is going to know something or be able to step up and help either way.
Yes. So I think it was really interesting as well because they thought that the experiment that they were doing with the radio was a failure, whereas actually they did get through to Wanda and she just blipped it out.
Yes. I did not know this. New promo says episodes 5 and 6 this Friday.
Oh, shit.
Weird. Are they panicking? Are they wanting to get this? Are they trying to stir up more interest? What are they doing here?
Maybe it's they couldn't. Maybe it has to be seen as a two-parter.
Yes.
I'm game.
That would
for
be
sure.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well,
And that would be a very kind of sitcom thing to do as well. Just throw a 2-part episode into the middle of a season.
I saw like it was like a fan edit.
Yep.
And they said, wouldn't it be cool if this is how Wanda ends and Wanda's like charging up and does that like that force push, but it's Strange blocking her with his shield. And he like pops back up and she's even more pissed and they end up fighting. It was a cool little like fan edit of what is the end of the show going to be like. And I thought that was really cool. I was like, holy shit,
Really?
that would be badass. Doctor Strange has to come in to fix whatever the hell she's mojoed out of that bubble.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what will happen. What we won't know what happened to the beekeeper for a while yet. Probably he disappeared. She sent him into the cornfield.
He didn't get shot out. He didn't get shot out the bubble.
Yeah, she sent him into the cornfield.
Yes, and I think a lot of what we're forgetting is we've seen Wanda's anger as to what happened, but this to me feels like more sadness and despair. Until her past is brought up and then the anger comes back out. This is Wanda wanting what she can never have and trying to hold on to it as much as possible.
Yeah.
It's funny because I talked about that for years. I had an ex-girlfriend that lived in a bubble. She lived in a little bubble world where everything was about her and everything always turned out the way she wanted it to turn out, whether it did or not. She lived in this little bubble world. And that is exactly what Wanda is doing, is living in her own little bubble world where everything's turning out the way she wants it to.
Yeah. Yep. So far, absolutely. I hope so. Let's see. I'm still trying to figure out Agnes's husband, Ralph. Is he Cobalt Man, which would tie into the Six Sides look? Well, wow. Cobalt Man, thought about him in a while. Jeez. Who knows, man? Hey, Ninja Knight, my good friend. I know it's late on your side of the world. All right, dude. I'll be on early a couple days this week too, if you're able to stop in, brother. Good to see you. Dude, yeah, I don't know, man. I just having a lot of fun with this thing right now. And 2 episodes this week. Wow. But yeah, like I said, I don't do a lot of speculating. I let everybody else do it, and kind of love sitting around listening to all the speculations and stuff. Because I guess part of that is, they just with the Marvel films and stuff like that, they like we talked about earlier, they cherry pick so much, you just never know where they're going with it. It is, but you know what? If this show was no fun, nobody would be speculating on it. And having all this fun, no one would give a crap. So they're doing a pretty good job so far.
Yeah, and the one thing you've got to give Marvel, love them or hate them, at least with the MCU, they have been very good at setting up years in advance things that are coming. It's the one thing that I think we were talking about yesterday, as they were walking through the hangar, in the background, there's this spaceship being built, and they were talking about, we can't find any test pilots because everyone's lost their nerve. And we're thinking, well, is that a nod towards the Fantastic Four film that's coming?
Yes. Oh God, you love to remind me of that. You love to remind me of that.
Gonna keep doing it.
Oh, you just love to torture me. By the way, Ninja Knight, I appreciate that, man. Everyone, Ninja Knight has a great channel himself. He's a really great YouTuber. I have a link in my description below. Please check out his channel if you would. Yeah, that's. Man, maybe they're never going to make that FF movie though.
Fingers crossed.
Well, they have. I'm kidding because they have to every number of years.
Yeah.
I got. Oh man, I don't even know. I'll give you this because I don't like to. You guys know I don't like rumors. I hate rumors. People send me rumors of shit all the time, and I oftentimes I ignore them and I don't talk about them. I had the guy send me the thing about Ahsoka coming back into Star Wars and all that shit. And I was like, there ain't no way. And then look what happens. So I'll just say it. I heard a rumor that the contact, that Wu's contact in the town is Fing Fang Foom. And they're doing that because of the shape-shifting ability. They're doing that to coincide with what happened in Captain Marvel with the Krill.
The Kree.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Kree. So that this is to like fit in with that he's on Earth and they don't really know that much about him. He's just like hiding out and they've got him as a informant and contact.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Wu's contact is Fing Fang Foom. Now whether that's true or not, I'm not gonna. That's just something somebody sent me, and I was like, okay,
That's
whatever.
Crazy. Well, you say, Dave, Bob, the scrolls, even they were mentioned on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
So,
wow. Just imagine if we did get to see Fing Fang Foom.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris Persia and Eric K for that, by the way. Thank you, Ninja Knight, for popping in, my brother. Appreciate it. Man, that would be. I don't know. Man. Fing Fang Foom. What the hell? Well, maybe one day. And maybe they'll do a sex swap for him. We are somehow causing Fat Steven great pain. I see. He said something about, okay. So I'm sorry I missed that one earlier. The kid in the metal costume, it looked like Cobalt Man. Wow. Good Lord. I didn't see that. That's from the trailer, right?
Yeah, and I saw the scene, the Fox's Quicksilver scene. I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm still not convinced that that's. I'm still not convinced that that's real.
Let's see. Is he Dr. Herky Monkey? Is who supposed to be in Shang-Chi? Did I say it right that time, Steve Mitchum? He makes me say Shang-Chi correctly because I used to mistake him to say Shang sometimes, but it's Shang. I hope I got it right. There's a movie I would like to have looked forward to, but they're gonna. I already know they've screwed it up. The Master of Kung Fu movie.
Yes, that's one that I forgot was in the works as well.
Well, might be done.
Here's something. They connected the Marvel TV series that were on Netflix with the movies. They talk about the catastrophe that happened in New York. They connected those. If that's true, then we've already got an Iron Fist, and we've already kind of got a connection to Shang-Chi, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
sure.
Are they going to incorporate that into what we're seeing in these shows in Phase 4, or are they just going to act like that never fucking happened?
Good question. Hail, Bruce Lombardo. I'm sorry, dude. I mean, well, it's sort of comic related. It's
They maybe though he doesn't like the Disney. I don't know, man. I think they're just gonna. That was because of the spat that went on between Kevin Feige and somebody, right, with the TV department.
Yep.
But I don't know because Netflix doesn't have it anymore.
Nope.
Cardinal Sin, what's up, brother? Good to see you, buddy.
How's it going, Cardinal?
All I know about the Master of Kung Fu movie is, to me, it's almost dead on arrival. That doesn't mean it's not going to be any good, but it just aggravates me. This is, again, super geek stuff, I grant you. But the fact that the villain is Mandarin, which they screwed up.
Mandarin. Oh, dude, I was so fucking pissed about that.
Iron Man 3,
I was so pissed about that because I was like, Mandarin, and then no.
Oh, Iron Man 3 sucks. I hate Iron Man 3. Yeah.
Hey, let's bait you all in thinking you're gonna get this badass villain that's not gonna take any shit, and then we'll give you this other guy we'll give you this other dude.
That was a waste of Ben Kingsley. Yeah.
Oh, yes,
absolutely. And we were because he's such a great actor, we were willing to let it slide if he really is the Mandarin, because even though he's not in any way a Mandarin person or Mandarin in origin, but for those who don't know, Master of Kung Fu, the Shang-Chi film coming up, that's going to be their villain. They said they're going to change that and they fixed it or whatever, but still, if you read the comics, his villain was Fu Manchu. Yes, from the Sax Rohmer novels of old, Marvel paid the Sax Rohmer estate to use the character of Fu Manchu in their Marvel universe. And they had to pay, a certain amount every time to make him Shang-Chi's father, the crime doctor. But he was he was Fu Manchu, and I know that you can't have that character anymore. I guess I don't even know if there is, but they lost the rights, elapsed on it a few years ago, and they had to go pay them some money so they could do one of the omnibuses or one of the big Master of Kung Fu omnibus and stuff. So we all know Disney could afford to use to pay the money, the pittance that it would be to use the character Fu Manchu, but we all know why they won't do it, don't we?
Well, the problem's China. The problem is China. Did you ever see the Chinese ending, the China ending to Iron Man 3?
I did not.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes, there is, because they fly Tony to China, and there's this doctor, and he's like, only the technology of China can save Iron Man, and they're the ones who work on him and pull the metal out of his heart, pull the metal out of his chest, and make him whole again, to where he doesn't need the chest piece anymore. They're the ones who heal him. Only China has the technology to save Iron Man. So in China, the way that movie ends is China operates on Iron Man. I keep wanting to say Mexican Iron Man for some reason. China operates on Iron Man. Maybe we'll do like a Mexico version of this one.
Yes. The Mexican cut.
Yeah, the Mexican cut on Mornings of Mischief one day. And they save him, but it's only China. Only China has the technology and the skill, the medical skill, to save Iron Man, and that's how they end the movie. They fly him to China, they take the metal out of him, and then boop, send him back to America, and he's healed.
Oh my God! Oh man! Well, for those who didn't read the Shang-Chi Master of Kung Fu comic in the 70s and a little bit into the 80s as well, it's one of the best comics of that time, really. And Steve Mitchum says one of the best aspects of the Master of Kung Fu, meaning the comic, was that Shang-Chi decided to fight the bad guy who was his father. But being Chinese, he was taught to revere his father. It made a great moral dilemma in the comic. And some of the great, Doug Minch and Paul Galasiar, Gene Day's work on that, it was just a great art on that one. So, great comic for a long time. But still, did it need to be a movie? Maybe a series would have been better. But it's a movie. So they didn't ask me. They keep forgetting to call me up and say, "All right, dude, look, we know you're really nothing, but we know we're supposed to run these things by you." Shang-Chi movie. What do you think? Movie or TV series? And I'd say, I think you guys should go with a series.
Because a movie, yeah, I don't know if it can carry a movie. Make sure you get Fu Manchu in there. Okay, what about Moon Knight? Moon Knight, definitely a series too, but you need to not screw that up or I'll destroy you all. I'm just saying. But again, those conversations never happen. I don't know why. They never called me.
Blade never happened either. They never came out with Blade. They never had a black superhero movie that was just about a black superhero. They never
Not at all.
Nope, didn't happen. No.
No black lead. No black lead ever.
Thanks, Steve Mitchum. No, of course not. Not until what, 2018, right?
That's right. Till they did Black Panther, first black superhero movie. I'm just completely blown away. You don't even talk about Meteor Man. Let's not even get into
Meteor Man. That's right.
On Blade, I loved Spawn, and I love the Blade movies, and I didn't even like get down with the Spawn. I was just like, fuck, we got a Spawn movie. I'm just glad we got a Spawn movie. No one would have ever guessed we would get a Spawn movie, and we actually got a Spawn movie.
I thought it was pretty fun for the time. I thought it was pretty well done. That's one of the few characters that I think could benefit from being rebooted now.
Yeah. I didn't like John Leguizamo, which is really weird because I really like John Leguizamo as an actor, and I didn't like the job he did
as Violator.
As Violator, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I was never a Spawn fan anyway, so I don't think I ever even watched all that film or even the cartoon. But Spawn fans did like it. Smart Steve 68 in Cardinal Center here.
When they did a Batman Spawn crossover, I was literally like nerd all the way to the comic book shop.
You like that, huh?
Oh man, I was like, yes, my two favorite like Dark Knight type characters going out at night kicking ass. You've got Batman, you've got Spawn. Yes.
Ghost Dad. Yeah, I think I can't remember if I bought this. I like the Batman Judge Dredd crossover.
Bill Cosby.
That's true though. That's a good point. But Smart Steve, Blank Man. That was a black superhero film.
We even had Will Smith as Hancock, who was a
I didn't mind that movie that much. A lot of people didn't like. I thought it was okay. It was an interesting setup. The thing it was like a prologue to something that never got finished.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq is Steel.
Yes, he did play Steel. I mean, whether you like it or not, that happened. Of course, no.
I hated that. I wanted the S on the chest. I wanted a Steel comic right out of Death of Superman, and we didn't get one of those. I wish we had, but we didn't.
Well, he's not. Let's face it. He's not a very good casting for John Paul Irons either.
No. But they could have at least done it off of like the Death of Superman. And you don't even have to bring up Superman. You could just be like, the greatest hero of all time has died. Who's going to hear the call? And you give him the S on the chest. That's all you had to do is give him the S on the chest and have him make the armor.
Yep. And well, of course, by the way, you're going to get another Blade movie, aren't we?
Yep.
Why?
It's not going to be Wesley Snipes either.
Well, no. Yeah, they got him cast, and I'm like,
reboot, another reboot. Let's see another origin movie. We can have enough of those already.
And they released today that they're talking about doing a Wakanda TV show.
Yes.
Good luck.
I'm one that was very, as a Black Panther fan for the character from way back, I was very disappointed in the movie. Did not like it at all. And this, I don't know, but I really did like Chadwick Boseman. Rest his soul. I thought he was great.
Absolutely.
And recasting him, whatever they want to do, I'm not too down with that. But recasting him is better than doing that crap like they did in the comic, making his annoying sister Shuri the Black Panther. But that's what
I heard. What they were going to do was Shuri was going to be Black Panther.
They're also bringing back Killmonger, apparently. We were talking about that
I could be down with that if they brought back Michael Jordan or whatever. If they brought him back and they made him Black Panther, I could live with that. Like, they bring him back. Something happens to Black Panther. He's gone. They bring him back. He's got to live up to what he was trying to fight. And that's like the internal conflict. I could get down with that. I really could. I could see Killmonger becoming Black Panther and having to like live up and him kind of being on the edge of out of control, and them being like, hey, he would have never done this. You got to think about this. He would never act like that. He would never do this. He would fight for everyone, not just this, and kind of make it an internal conflict type of character. I would like that. I could see that.
Yeah, I like that angle. I'm just wondering how the heck they're going to bring him back, because he did die.
Yeah. Well, he's come back. Comic characters never die. But I don't know. I just couldn't stand that movie. And they might bring him back and make him Black Panther for all we know. Let Killmonger take over or something, and the legacy type deal or whatever. But it wouldn't matter to me much.
Marvel can't let their female superheroes just be female superheroes. There's a reason why people liked Shuri, and it wasn't because she was a Black Panther. It wasn't because she was like her brother. It was because she was her own character. She was very smart. She was very intelligent. He's like, there's no one, who knows this shit, the like Vision. There's no one who knows as much as her about this. Let her be that, for God fucking sakes. Let her be the super intelligent one that works on shit like that. She doesn't have to be a fucking superhero. She can be a superhero in her own way. She doesn't have to be a panther. She's already something. But you guys don't see that, and you don't see the fact that people are happy with that people and that inspires people. You got to make her something fucking else. And that trashes the whole thing. That's the problem. That's the whole fucking problem with that bitch as Captain Marvel, is that's not Captain Marvel. You've taken this character and you've made her something she should have never been. Carol Danvers goes down and Rogue takes her powers. That's what happens to Carol Danvers. Now you've got this 20 million rewrites because you can't get the fucking character right. Why? Because you went in and you changed fucking everything about her and turned her into something she's not. And now you're going, well, why don't all the puzzle pieces fit? Because you fucked it up. Sorry.
No, I got you. I'm right there with you, bro. Absolutely. A bit of by the way, our good buddy Mark Doucette is also Mark with the C is Mark Doucette. If you want to try that account again, I'm not exactly sure how it works because I'm a dumbass with this thing, but Master Wrench Eric K was telling me that the other night he was having trouble getting in with his Mark with a C account for some reason. I don't know why. And so he switched to that one, but he wants to go off of that account. He may have got someone may have accidentally, a wrench or something may have accidentally, did something to it by mistake. So, is there any way we can fix that? Can he try to come in there and let us, Mark with a C? Can you try to bring that account in?
I saw him. If it was the Mark C account, I saw him post earlier. Unless something happened,
different. Mark with a C is different. This is Mark with a C.
Oh, okay.
But Mark with a C, if you want to try your old account again, your other account, man, and try that again, well, and tell me if it doesn't work. Send me a Twitter message and we'll figure it out. Again, I'm trying to figure because somehow Eric K was telling me about this last night that it somehow it got messed up. He's going to try again to see. So I'm sorry to derail you there, but I feel bad about it. I don't know how it happened the other night. All of a sudden, maybe somebody accidentally, with a wrench or something like that, accidentally, because I've already been accused of wrenching too many people. I said, "What the hell?" Man?
I say if it's been blocked accidentally, he'll be in your account. So you'd have to go into YouTube Studios and just see if he's under like the blocked area.
Oh, okay.
And you can just click on him and unblock him.
Okay. Let's go. That's what I needed to know. I'll have to look into my studio and find out. Mark, see if that's the case. I'll dig into I'll figure it out and dig it in there and unblock you on that because you're not blocked on purpose. It just probably happened by some kind of accident. Somebody might have clicked on something and screwed. I mean, you're here with the other account anyway. We always love having you here, my friend. So,
can I respond to Bruce in the chat?
Oh, yes, please. Well, of course. This one here?
Yeah. He said, I used to watch 2001 political videos to get pissed off and listen to so I could go to work. Brother, I used to work at a prison, And every day I went to work at that prison, I listened to Pantera's Walk just to get in the pissed off, I don't take shit from anybody mood to walk into that prison and be like, boy, are you looking at me? You know, face forward, face right. I listened to that song over on repeat. The 30-minute drive I had to work every day, I listened to that song, and I worked there 12 to 16 hours every day for a year. I think I got maybe 5 or 6 days off in that year, and that was it. 12 to 16 hours, and every damn day, I listened to that song on repeat in my car to get that pissed off, to walk in there and be like, no one looks at me messed up, no one's fucking with me. So I know what you mean, dude. You need that. You need that good either show or music on the way to work every day.
Well, absolutely. It's always fun to get, to get into the zone there. Yep, more wrenches than regular. Is it that many wrenches? No, I don't know if there's that many. But thank you, Smart Steve. I am properly embarrassed. Good job. Thanks a lot, buddy. Just kidding. The great Rod Thunderheart. All right, my friend. Always a pleasure to have you here, sir. I guess I'm just too generous, man. That's all there is to it. Or maybe I just like wrenches.
We're going to come back next week and there's going to be no wrenches. Clobby's just going to wipe the board.
Yeah. Nah. It's cool. It's cool. I did
snap his wrenches.
Yeah, well, I like for people to, if they want to put, because I don't get any. Unlike my other people with streams, I don't get any so far. No trolls yet. So, I just wrenched people in. In fact, I'm feeling a little. I got to be honest with you guys, a little left out. You all get trolls, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I know, but I don't. It's not fair. Damn it! How come I don't get any dislikes? You haven't made it till you get dislikes, right?
Oh man!
Oh my goodness! A fantastic friend has popped in, and a great comic book artist. Yickley Kickley. I always call him Kick. I've always had trouble with that first name, dude. Yickley Kickley. Dude, Kick, I'm gonna have to do something about your name, brother. I'm just kidding. I love you, man. It's just good to see you. He's an excellent dude, a good friend, and an extraordinary comic book artist.
Steve Mitchum, I love Beast and the Harlot, brother. I love Beast and the Harlot from Avenged Sevenfold. That was my jam back in the day. That was another one. Around the same time.
You like to get in the groove, like maybe like a linebacker or something like that, about to go out to play the Super Bowl or something. You get really pissed off. You run out there and just start beating on things and stuff like that.
Well, hell, when I was making that intro for you, I literally had music going. Like, not the music that was in that. I'd pick that. I'd like listen to that and pick that with my headphones. But if I'm just working on like an intro or a title, I'll have like AC/DC or Beach Boys or something. I'll have something on my record player in the background spinning and listening to, just to kind of like get me in that groove. I don't know why. I always have it. Music keeps me going. So
it gets in that zone, huh?
And that's why Mornings of Mischief works so well, because it gets people all pumped up first thing.
We have a new person in the chat that I have not seen before. Divorced 3PO Carano. What a name! Wow. She took my farm, my hair products, my chicken wings, and lightsaber. I'm not sure who you're referring to.
I've seen Divorced around.
Okay, well, I like that name. I appreciate you popping in. Any name that cracks me up, I'm happy with. Oh man, I love it. Yes, Cardinal. I did see the emails, man. I will look at them ASAP, as they say. I promise. And there's Mark C again. Yes, indeed. So, man, we got a great crowd going in there.
Yeah.
By the way, well, one thing. Oh, this just in: the greatest cartoon of the '80s. I'm gonna get in trouble. I better not say it. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna say it. Screw it. Hate me. The greatest cartoon of the 1980s is now on Blu-ray. Thundar the Barbarian. Fight me. What's better than that?
My God. Thundar the Barbarian.
Thundercats.
He-Man.
You think Thundercats?
Thundercats, Transformers, Voltron. Voltron
She-Ra.
70s or 80s?
Excuse me?
Was Voltron 70s or 80s?
It started out as Beast King Go Lion on in the early 80s, didn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Voltron was 80s. I didn't know if Go Lion was in the 70s, late 70s or not though.
That I don't know. My wonderful retro blasting friends, and there's a link in their channel on my channel, by the way, to their great channel. They have a lot of videos about Voltron and Beast King Go Line. I'd have to check with them.
Man, you got a lot of stuff in the 80s though. You've got Brave Star, you've got G.I. Joe, you've got Voltron, you've got Transformers,
Centurions.
Oh yeah,
was Ninja Turtles out then? Yeah, Ninja Turtles was 80s, right?
It
You got
was.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too. So I mean, that's a bold claim.
I know, but in fairness, because of my age, a lot of my dear friends who are friends now and contemporaries now, we have a slightly different experience because I stopped, other than Thundar, for the most part, which was around 81, as Bruce points out, watching a lot of the cartoons because I was at an age where I was getting into my late teens, close to my 20s, and I wasn't watching my sitting in front of the cartoon or the cartoons on Saturday morning and such was through the 60s and 70s, but the 80s came around and I didn't watch a lot of those shows like He-Man and G.I. Joe and many of my friends dearly love and I highly respect came around when I was going to work, doing other things. They were on in the afternoon, they were on in syndication, things like that. And a lot of them weren't Saturday morning shows. So I didn't get into them as much because I was never around to watch them like friends who were a few years younger than me were, if you see what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't part of my childhood experience. I was already getting into my late teens. My thing was comics and especially all of the alternative comics coming out from the alternative companies. When I was running that comic shop and then later owning one, the big two I liked, but I was really into the more experimental independent comics and things like that. Cartoons, not as much, but I loved Thundar. And that was a Saturday morning cartoon, by the way. Co-created by the great Jack Kirby, King of Comics. For me, it was my favorite of all the ones in the 80s because there weren't very many other ones that I even bothered to watch that much. I know it sounds terrible, but again, I'm just a few years older than people who were kids at that time loving those cartoons.
I DM'd you a couple of things. I don't know if you want to show them or not. You don't have to.
Sure, it'll be fun.
The first one is an 81, and the second one's a newer version, but they're the two different ones.
Oh, cripes. Hell yeah. Let's see. Oh, man, dude. Let's see. That's the Lions.
That's the Lions and the Cars. Yeah.
Let's see here. Dang it. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. All right. And let me blow that up a little bit.
Nice.
It's not letting me. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's up. It's up there.
And I just wanted to make it a little bit bigger. Look at that. Damn. So I feel left out. But you know why I feel left out? Because again, when I started the things I were into, I wasn't into comics and toys as much. Now later I got back into toys and cartoons as much at that point in the early 80s. For example, when the G.I. Joe cartoon and toy line came out, right? I was at the comic shop. Most of the things I was getting into Judge Dredd and Cerebus and a lot of other, Miller's Daredevil and all these other types of comics. I wasn't watching cartoons as much, and I wasn't buying toys anymore at that time as much, other than a few Star Wars toys. So that G.I. Joe to me was the big 12, like the big dolls and stuff, if you remember.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe to me wasn't a little 3-inch little. I respect them now, but at the time, people my age were like, "That's a G.I. Joe? What the hell?" I didn't buy the comic because it didn't look like it wasn't the kind of comic that interested me at the point. I didn't watch the cartoon because to me, I loved old Super Friends and Bugs Bunny, and I loved old Saturday morning cartoons like Space Ghost and different things like that and superhero stuff. I didn't really want to buy the cartoon. Now I have every respect for it, and all my best friends who are just a few years younger than me grew up loving that stuff. So I feel horrible about it in a sense, but I'm like, it wasn't part of my childhood. My childhood was a little bit earlier. I missed out, I guess. Yeah, just an old man. Yes, that is Voltron. Let's see the other one.
That's the Go Lion.
Then there is.
Now that is a solo Shigoken. That's not an actual. That's not the one from the 80s. It's exactly like it should be, but it's got a lot more articulation in the knees and the feet. You can like have it kick and actually stand up, and it's like kicking out. It's got a lot more articulation than the original. The original one just stood there like the Voltron you just saw. This one, you can bend the wrist, you can bend the hands. There's like 20 different hands you can put on it, where it's like open, where it can hold weapons, and it's got a weapon stand and all kinds of. They go absolutely, and it's all die-cast metal. It's all no plastic bullshit except for like some of the doors are plastic, but almost the whole thing's die-cast metal.
That thing must be really heavy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good Lord, that is fantastic. You know, wow, I do love those things. You know, I used to love. I guess you probably have heard of them. I don't know, but before these, you know, were big, I did love the Shogun Warriors. I don't know if you're familiar with those.
Don't recognize that one.
Really? They were basically the first big robot things like that. Marvel did a comic of them. There were a lot of cartoons. I'm sure some of you out there remember Shogun Warriors, but they were basically the same. They were I think they just predate, you know, as far as the big mech, you know, robots and stuff fighting monsters and things. Anyone out there? Shogun Warriors, anybody? But yeah, they were before that, but they're fairly similar. So that I did like those a lot. Shoguns, someone remembers Shogun Warriors. Really? You guys don't remember that? You're so young. No. Bask in your youngness. But it was only a few years before this. You know, it was, I guess, in the 70s and 80s stuff. But that is great stuff, dude. Wow, man. You got a lot of Voltrons or those? And by the way,
just those two. Just those two. I got the 81. I got the 81 Voltron middle towards the end of last year. I don't know, somewhere around there. The Diaruga 15, that Soul Shigoken, that got sent to me.
Oh yeah. Oh really? Oh, that's right.
No fucking note either. So whoever did it just sent it and never like was like, hey, you know, I sent it. No, they just sent it. It just showed up and said Stone Loki on it. And okay. I asked around about it. No one claimed it. So thank you. I love that shit. So
well, yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. And you think someone would own up to it.
Come to it. Yeah, would come to it and be like, yeah, I sent it. Because those solo Shigokens are not cheap. Those aren't cheap. Those aren't toys. That's not something you buy and let your kids play with. I thought I broke that the other day just because I moved it and the head fell off and part of it like broke, and I was like, oh my god, it broke. Then I was like, oh no, it clips back on. All right. Woo!
Minor panic.
Yeah, minor panic. Son of a bitch.
Weird. Wow. Well, that's your Shogun Warriors right there. As you can see.
Oh, I used to have those. Holy shit. I didn't even know what those were. Shogun Warriors. I used to have those with the V in the front. Holy shit. I didn't even know what those were. I used to have those.
Yeah, those, and Marvel even did comics of them. See?
Oh,
no shit.
I used to buy the comics. And we didn't get the cartoons much. I think there were cartoons, but we got that, and the toys were around. I mean, you know, of course, I love ROM, so I'm weird.
These are cool. I don't recognize these at all.
Yeah, this was done when they started coming out, or in which fashion, other than as toys, I don't know. But this was late 70s, early 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, great Mazinga, and listen. Great Mazinga, Vanguard, Ace Godzilla, all that stuff. Yep. Whoa, you still have Shogun Warriors #1, dude? Yeah, I believe Herb Trimpe drew that one. Kickley.
It's crazy. I'm gonna have to get some of these now.
Aren't they cool?
Definitely.
I mean, I don't think these are too cheap either, man. I don't think they're all that cheap. I could be wrong. Man, those are so cool though. Look at those badasses.
Yep, I had that one on the left with the red V on his chest.
Oh, really?
I had a couple of those.
Do you like the design with them?
Yeah, I had a couple of those. I had one like that, and I had one that was black and silver, And the only reason why I remember him is they have that V on the chest. I thought they were like Voltron, like a big robot, like Voltron. So I had them. I don't know where I got them. I don't know who bought them for me. I just remember I had them.
They were big. They were real big monsters, if I remember right. Yeah. Wow. Nice. Oh, that was. Well, let's see. That was what my last painted focus was. I saw it last month. I think I saw that one, man. He put some on Facebook with great art. He does some great art, and he does art. And he does GI Joe, Turtles, all that kind of really great stuff. Kickley does. He's amazing. But yeah, these are cool, aren't they? I just I don't know what made me think of that, because I always see when I think of Voltron, I always just for some reason go think about the Shogun Warriors. You know, but like I said, I love Rom. I guess you guys know about Rom. Don't tell me. Are you Rom Space Knight? You guys know who Rom Space Knight is? I wanted that toy so bad. Oh God, not Ram. I'm an idiot. You gotta put Space Knight. Yeah, there you go. You dope. Oh, I'm an idiot. There you go. You know him, right?
No.
God, I love that. There's ROM number 1. Oh my God. I bought this in 1979, this comic book. The toy, which is really expensive now. You can find the ROM Space Knight toy commercial from 1979. I didn't know about the toy till I bought this comic book. This is one of my favorite Marvel comics of the 80s, 70s and 80s. Early, and the toy commercial has a voiceover by Robert Vaughn. Yes, that Robert Vaughn. God, ROM Space Knight. This was great, and it was in the Marvel universe. So he met oh God, there's the toy. Jesus, if you find this one for me somewhere, go back in time and get this toy for me. Look, there he is.
Oh, that's so cute.
And he's big too. He is gigantic. That's worth hundreds of bucks right now. Man.
That's a retro looking design. I love it.
Yes, basically the Space Knights of Galador all agree to be put in these armors forever to fight the Dire Wraiths who were destroying Galador, and he ends up on Earth chasing them. It's kind of like an early 50s science fiction fight type feel. That gun can smoke out like in the Invaders where they're hiding as humans, but he can smoke them out and tell that they're an alien's really a Dire Wraith, and then he blasts them. And that was in the Marvel universe too. So
wow,
we came out with the X-Men. God, what? And now of course the rights have lapsed to God, who owns it?
Hasbro.
Parker Brothers are one of those.
Brothers.
See, look at him, Rom and the X-Men.
That's crazy.
Rom Space Knight. They took the Space Knight off there. Everyone remembers Rom though, but mostly
I think you fight him in the X-Men game on Nintendo.
Rom?
Yeah.
Really? And they lost the rights to him. That's crazy.
Well, this was 80 something. 80,
oh shit.
87. I don't know, 88. I don't know. Whenever Nintendo came out with the X-Men game.
Yeah. That's true though, Rod Thunderheart. James Gunn wanted to include him in Guardians of the Galaxy, but was disappointed because it was it Hasbro? Maybe it Hasbro. I thought it was one of them, whoever it was, That's why they can't even reprint the freaking comic. Isn't that nice? Oh, look at that cover. That's the new IDW garbage there. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Screw that crap. Not entirely. A buddy of mine who's a good friend has actually got the chance to draw some of those. He was so excited. He said, dude, I'm drawing ROM. I'm like, oh, shit. So I was happy about that for him.
89. It was 89.
Oh, yeah. They still, the comic was already gone, but they still had the rights. So, yeah. Wow. He was on that. Wow. Hey, I got a dislike. Cool. Did you see that? Let's see. Oh, man. I'm so proud. You got to understand, I don't get those.
You got 2?
I got 2. Whoa. Whoever I pissed off, thank you so much. Could you do another? Give me another one. Give it to me, baby. Maybe I don't know. Oh, you know what it was? Remember when I was saying that I didn't see. I didn't watch a lot of those cartoons in the '80s because I was a day-old doing other stuff, and that could be it.
Could be.
I didn't say anything bad about them. I have every respect, but that's enough. That's probably enough. I would say, right? Being a jerk off by admitting that I didn't watch a lot of those cartoons back then. Nothing bad to say about them. Hey, I envy all of you, man. You know how many friends I have that are anywhere from like 5 to 8, 10 years younger than me that was their childhood. I'm like, damn it, I had to settle for the 70s. In the 60s and 70s for my stupid childhood. Got some cool stuff, though, but not the same. You know, you guys got He-Man and Transformers, but I got more than you now because I got dislikes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at the ROM cosplay. Oh,
God, it's cool.
This dude's my hero. Oh, man. Jesus. Are comments disabled? They help. What? Are comments disabled? I wouldn't think so. Yeah, well, that's true. The Flash Gordon cartoon was great. So, oh, by the way, a quick question. Did either of you see that new show on? Oh God, I hate this. I hate the Syfy channel with Alan Tudyk called Resident Alien.
Nope.
No, don't watch TV very much anymore.
No,
but at least not real TV.
I won't watch anything off of Syfy.
I don't blame you, but I did watch the first episode last night. I like Alan Tudyk.
I do too. I think he's a great actor. What did you think of it?
Pretty interesting for a first episode, and it'll make me watch next week. But here's the biggest problem with because the stupid. I hate the Syfy channel. Oh God.
He didn't say I'm a leaf on the wind. Watch how I soar.
No, he did not. He never said that. But let's just say if I do like it, then I'm in trouble because it's on the Syfy channel and it means it's going to get canceled.
Yes. Yeah. Don't get too attached to it.
Yeah. But I kind of sort of like the wow, George Perez ROM. Look at that. Holy shit. Yeah, I kind of liked it a little bit. Now, it took a while for me to warm up while I was watching it last night, but he is, of course, he's one of those almost like a Carl Urban type. He's just always good and stuff. Yeah. Look at that ROM with all those superheroes, man. Look at that. Good God. I'm sorry. Here's my favorite cover. Whoa. Oh, that's too small. All right. But you know, look. Yep. Oh shit. I would get. Oh crap! Thanks, Loki. Now I'm gonna get dislikes. I'm gonna say, "Oh, see, the ROM's an istophobe. He's a Yahtzee." Oh God!
They're just pointing at something in the distance. It's fine.
Yes, they just say, "Hey, look out into the stars." Holy crap! That was good. Oops, I screwed up. Oh, crapola. I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, I do know what's wrong with me, but I guess I have seen all the best doctors, and there's nothing I can do about it. Steve Mitchum, did she say? Oh, don't tell me that, man. I liked Carl Urban until I met him. Oops. Don't meet people, man.
No, don't ever meet people.
No. If you like them or something, like if you like their movies and shit, don't meet them. It doesn't turn. It does sometimes. I'm just kidding. It does sometimes. So I don't know. Oh well. Let's see here. Well, what else is going on? Did we cover nothing in particular? But we did talk a little bit about WandaVision. We talked about it pretty much. Is there anything else going on?
We had a few on-set photos released today from Love and Thunder.
Oh boy, shall we or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. For hate and blunder. There you go.
Yeah, I think I called it Blood and Thunder a few weeks ago.
Oh, Blood and Thunder, yes.
I stand by it.
Let's see here. Am I in the right spot? Let's see.
Oh, photo. Okay, maybe that's a lead to it, right?
Why? Why did they do that?
What?
Why is Chris Pratt on Love and Thunder?
That's what I'm saying. I thought they were working on as Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever.
Well, that's what's happening. It's Thor's going off to have adventures with the Guardians, and Valkyrie's left ruling what's left of Asgard on Earth.
Yeah. So those pictures are from. Well, why is Chris Pratt in those pictures then?
That may be the end of Love and Thunder, where he's just like, see ya, let what's her name be Thor, and I'll go off with Chris Pratt and be a Guardian.
I haven't seen anything about Natalie Portman, so I'm fingers crossed they've moved away from having her as the main character, because Chris Hemsworth is looking kind of fine. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, but didn't they? Shouldn't have As Guardians of the Galaxy come before that? Since at the end of Endgame they were I don't know.
Well, you know what's really weird? If you watch, give me just a second and let me pull up the order. If you watch the Marvel movies in chronological order, Marvel movies in order, give me just a second.
Yes.
It's so weird how they tell you to watch the movies. Just a second. Captain America.
Yes.
Captain Marvel. True. Iron Man 2. The Incredible Hulk, Thor, The Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor Dark World, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Guardians 1, Guardians 2. After Winter Soldier. They want you to watch Guardians and Guardians 2 directly after Winter Soldier.
And before Avengers Age of Ultron?
And then watch Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Civil War, Homecoming, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Endgame, and then Far From Home. If you want to throw Marvel TV in there, WandaVision takes place 3 weeks after Endgame, but it's set before Far From Home. So you would watch WandaVision between Endgame and Far From Home.
Okay, yeah. I see. What I don't understand is how screwy the time stuff is, and I didn't like Homecoming much. I don't like Iron Spider Boy that much. But that movie, it makes no sense time-wise. Because why are the Avengers just now at that point? In other words, it contradicts the end of Age of Ultron. The end of Age of Ultron, it looks like they've already moved into that new headquarters, right?
Yep.
All these years later, you're in Spider-Man Homecoming, and they have not moved the Stark Tower Avengers stuff over. They're just now moving it in that movie.
Yep.
Why? Have you ever figured that out? I never have.
It shouldn't take place till they've moved it. They screwed it up. Okay, here's what I do know. After Age of Ultron, everything got whacked. They had a whole timeline set up for what was going to happen after Age of Ultron, and all of that got screwed. There is footage of Captain Marvel at the end of Age of Ultron that you never see. They cut it. And it was supposed to have Captain Marvel flying and like gliding down to the ground and landing when he's like, Avengers, assemble. At the end of that movie, and it's got Wanda and all of them together, you were supposed to see for the first time Captain Marvel coming in and landing and a part of the Avengers after Age of Ultron. And all of that got screwed up. All of that got twisted and changed, and the whole timeline shifted after Age of Ultron.
So, as in Brie, they shot it with Brie?
No, it was a dark-haired girl that they were going to replace with the actual Captain Marvel, and they decided not to. They CGI'd her out. Rod Thunderheart, yeah, they CGI'd her out.
Right. Okay. Wow. Damn. Well, I agree with Tim Myers on that one. Winter Soldier is certainly my favorite.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. I love Infinity War.
Me too.
I loved Endgame when I saw it, but the more I've watched Endgame, the more I've gone, man, you guys kind of
You ain't
Kind
kidding.
of fucked it up, didn't you? You kind of screwed up the end of that, didn't you?
Endgame was. Sorry, honey.
Oh, I was just gonna say I love Infinity War. The Infinity War is my favorite.
I love it.
Civil War or not Civil War, but Winter Soldier is probably a close second. Very, very close second.
I love it. What did you think of Endgame, Purple?
Oh, I was just going to say it was great to watch in a cinema, with a crowd because everyone got so excited. It was a spectacle. But repeated watchings, it falls down flat. It's not as good as Infinity War.
No, Infinity War. Other than missing an ending and the resolution because it was to be continued, is just extraordinary. So, and again, the only thing kind of I really do love it. But we didn't when I went to the theater to see it and just had a wonderful time watching. I'm going, man, the only thing missing is I wanted more Cap. And I realized, okay, we'll get him in the next one. And in spite of all the crappy things in that movie and the terrible ending for Cap, we do get a lot of good Cap stuff in it. And I wanted more, I really it's just like, I have a lot of problems with Civil War. I'd rather just see the full Captain America movie, even though we got some great stuff. I do like it, but I kind of vacillate between that or I would rather had another Captain America movie with a couple of other characters in it. But there's some great stuff in there. But Endgame does not age well. I'm like you and a lot of people. You walk out of the theater and you just don't know. You're just so blitzed because it's got that. Yes, you could pick it apart, but that big last battle.
Yeah,
First time you see it,
Cap picking up that hammer was gold. That was
it's still great. That you couldn't hear anything for like 10 minutes in the theater. Not that you needed to because it was all action, but everybody was screaming and roaring.
Mm-hmm.
And me too. I was just, God, and I can still watch that scene. And yes, people pick it apart. I can still watch that scene and still have a good time watching it and loving that part, and other bits of the film as well. But
no, when I saw him see what's her name when he went back in time and he was in her office.
Peggy.
Yeah. When he saw Peggy, I knew they were gonna fuck it up. I was like, oh, they're gonna send him back. He's gonna give it up. I knew when he saw Peggy, I was like, nope, that's it. You got him hooked. He's like, oh, I can come back and I can have my life with her and da-da-da-da-da. I was like, nope, you fucked it up. Don't fuck it up. And they did it anyway.
Totally fucked it up. And again, by the way, not only the lifting of the hammer, which was great, and then when he beat the crap out of Thanos, but before that, when it looked like it's manipulative as hell, but whatever. When they're about to face these odds and when you finally see all the heroes come back from the snap, that music, that setup, and then when everybody's in it, and when you hear Avengers, when Cap yells Avengers Assemble, something we got cheated out of at the end of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
That also is just something that just grabs you as a geek, as a comic book fan. God, I love that when he yells Avengers Assemble. That whole scene is, again, the whole fight and stuff could have been a lot better, but it's got great moments.
Yeah.
And that movie does not hold up.
But that's it. That's all that's got great moments. Well, besides Loki cheating death again. In the alternate universe, he grabs the Tesseract and he's like, see ya, bitches. I was like, yeah. Yeah, that's my boy right there. Get out of there. Get out of there, Loki.
Yeah, it was pretty funny when Thor yelled, I knew it.
Because you see in Age of Ultron, you see the worry on his face when Cap nudges it. He's like, huh? What? Oh no, it's of course you can't. Of course you can't.
Yes.
I'm
Oh man. Yep. Pretty damn cool. So this is from Love and Thunder then. So that's going to take place before as Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Which they're not making yet, right?
Not that I'm aware of, no. I think this has literally just started filming in the past few days. Because some of the set photos of a welcoming committee that they did to start the film.
Huh. Well,
but I just think Chris Hemsworth looks great.
Well, it's the hair. It's the
Yeah.
hair. He grew the hair back out and he got thin. It was all about the hair. They Samsoned him. They Samsoned him when they cut the hair and he got fat, and then he grew the hair back out and he was like, "Look at me. I'm back to being huge, but not fat huge."
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Roddy did. That was a great scene. So, and Chris Pratt, I guess, makes a cameo. Now we know that, I guess. I don't know. Love and Thunder. I mean, look, hey, we'll all go give it a shot. Well, most of us will, I guess.
Hey, if it's just Thor going off and having adventures with Guardians, I'm all for it. You know, the less we see of female Thor, the better. At least I think.
Yeah, with Taka Waititi's who he's directing, and I'm a little worried about it, but give it a shot. I mean, it's just I'm one of those ones that Ragnarok wore really thin on me after further viewings. I've got a lot of problems with it.
Oh, remember, he can destroy your mythos in a minute, baby.
That's right. Right.
Yeah.
What a jackass. He's a total creep. And it's just I don't know. I didn't like any of the stuff he did with when he did the Mjolnir. And I don't know. Not my bag, baby, I guess. Some fun stuff. The big Hulk Thor fight was pretty cool. But I don't know. Look, hey, these MCU movies, if they make a little good one here and there, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think it's going to be a brilliant film, but if I suppose we'll get more information as filming continues. But Natalie Portman, she's just too slight. She's too tiny to wield Mjolnir.
Yes, one would think so, wouldn't one?
Mm-hmm.
He was being sarcastic. His thing is black. I guess he's assuming to he's Cardinal's referring to Taiki Waititi or whatever, Woke Titty or whatever he is.
Mm-hmm.
When you watched Infinity War and Thor shows up in Wakanda and just starts beating the hell out of everything, did you not want to hear the immigrant song immediately? No. I mean, just him beating the shit and bringing the lightning down on everything. That's what I wanted to hear. I was like, you guys screwed up because you set up this precedence that every time he goes ape shit, you hear immigrant in the background. You so should have done that in Avengers and brought that song into Avengers and used that when he hit Wakanda and started bringing the lightning down on everything. I so wanted to hear immigrant when they did that.
Wow. Yeah, that was incredible, though. Oh, my God. That movie is just the ultimate, like, just blow the doors off of crazy superhero movie that you want to see with all the just so many, just visually stunning and brave. No, sorry. You're not supposed to say that word after that, are you?
Well, don't forget, Portman said after Thor Dark World, she'd never come back and do another Thor movie because she didn't have a big enough role.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't anything. She was just another damsel in distress. Again, she didn't get to really be anybody. So she's all for this shit. Don't forget that. Don't forget that if they went to her and the way they convinced her to do the movie was promising her that she'd get to be Thor for part of the movie, that she's not completely down with that. And she didn't write that into make sure that was written into the contract before she signed. I get to be Thor for part of the movie.
Yeah, she's gonna have to bring it then, because that's some big boots to fill.
Yep. Well, we'll see. I mean, I never really had anything too much against her, but Bruce Lombardo says Natalie Portman should not be involved. Can we have someone like Frankie Adams finally as a superhero? Frankie Adams as Bobby Draper on the expansion. Well, you got my permission. Yeah, I mean, I endorse you. I don't really know much about it. I think I know who you're talking about, but no, I'm game for it, man. Let's see, Chris Persia. But Let's see here. Captain America. They give him a series from the past. I think would be huge. Never happened, unfortunately, my friend. With him going back to Peggy, he can do stealth missions. Eventually, run into Bucky. They'll never do anything like that, man. I mean, but I hear you.
He's gonna be Peggy's house husband. I'm not shitting you. He's gonna be Peggy's house husband.
Yeah. Yep. While she goes out and starts S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that stuff.
Yep. She's gonna go out and start S.H.I.E.L.D. and save the human race while he stays home and bakes muffins and cookies. That's what happens to our Cap.
Yes, he was John. He was actually Johnny Storm, Cardinal Sin, but yes.
And there are people out there that would defend that and be like,
Well, don't you think he deserves that, Stone Loki?
I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm saying Cap would never, ever. The Cap we have all grown up learning about and loving in the comic book would never, ever be a selfish little prick and do something like that. He would fight for everybody because that's what Cap does. That is the mission. He talks about the mission over and over again in those movies. Well, guess what? He had the normal everyday Joe life and he hated it. Why did he hate it? Because he wanted to give everything he had to other people. He wanted to fight for the red, white, and blue. He wanted to fight to stop evil. That is the mission. And that is the mission that never ends. Cap doesn't get to go off and ride off into the sunset and have a happy-go-lucky everyday life. Cap gets to fight, and that's the sacrifice he made to have the powers he has.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else is just one big giant pile of bullshit. Sorry, I'm getting all.
No, hell yeah. And I just think of instead of so much stuff you could do, they would never do this. But at the end of Endgame, when we know he's going to take the stones back everywhere, instead of that silly crap, I would love to have seen the scene. And again, I know it's fanboy geek stuff where he goes to that. I forget the name of the planet for some reason, where Black Widow died, and he walks up to the Red Skull. So this is where you've been. Mm-hmm. Walks up to him and says, "Here's your gem back, but it's going to cost you. I want her back." And if he says, "I cannot do that," I says, "Hey, you can do it because if you don't, I'm going to wipe this planet with you."
Yep.
And Captain America brings Black Widow back. So look, you're getting your stupid stone back. In fact, I might just kick your ass anyway. Kick your ass around the block for drill, redneck, and then kicks his ass all over the place and gets Black Widow back, damn it.
And Eric K, fuck yeah, brother. I can do this all day. Yes. Yes, I can do this all day. Yes, sir.
Agreed. It was a terrible ending. That's what I'm saying. I'm really disappointed in the Russo brothers. And after something so great like in Winter Soldier and Infinity War, and as flawed as it was, it's still very entertaining, was Civil War, to give us Endgame. And again, I don't think it was all them. I think
Politics.
It was Feige,
Politics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I can't really blame them too much because they really look at the job they did with Winter Soldier and even with Civil War, which again I like a lot. I just had some issues with, and Infinity War. So I'm hard to believe the guys who made those movies would make some of the decisions that were probably made for them with Endgame. But you know what? When you sign up to a big property like that, remember Whedon whined and complained about the things they made him do, and so he left. I said, "Well, you know what, dude? You signed up to do this, so of course they're going to tell you what to do, whether you like it or not."
Can I answer something real quick?
Please.
Bruce, hold on. But I was going in Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
You can waste time with your friends when your chores are done.
Biggs and Tanker ride. I'll never get out of here.
Yep. Love it. They did. They dropped the ball in Endgame. They were going down the field to score a touchdown, and they threw a pick six, and it was over. Super Bowl over. That's what they did, man. They could have won it. They could have won that game, and they kept throwing interceptions in the fourth quarter. I know it's Super Bowl week, and I had to give up the NFL, so I'm feeling nostalgic. I miss it, man. I do miss it, dude. I can't lie to you there.
Hey, you know what? The NFL screwed themselves. The NBA screwed themselves. I have such a soft spot for baseball. I can't even watch baseball. So,
dude,
I
hear
love
you.
baseball. Baseball runs through my veins. I was born with a baseball bat and a controller. I had a baseball bat in one hand and a controller in the other.
Nice.
So,
I hear you, man. This used to be the biggest. This was second Christmas to me every year, even with my team, which only was in one once. But that was how much I loved NFL. No matter who was in the Super Bowl, it was like special. It was second Christmas to me all the time. Now I'm like, yeah, screw you. Maybe I would be sort of a Christmas present if somebody could keep Tom Brady from getting another damn ring. But other than that, go Chiefs.
Oh shit! Hey, I love the Chiefs when they had Montana. I've still got Chief gear from back in the day. I've still got Chiefs gear. I've still got beanies, Chief beanies. Yeah, dude, I love the Chiefs, but I
respect Montana, but I had to hate him in the 80s for the obvious reason. He used to hand us our ass every day, and I watched him play. I watched him destroy my team in the Superdome many times, so including with the Chiefs, by the way. I watched him play with the Chiefs too.
Yep.
Oh shite! But yeah, what are you gonna do? Is the Super Bowl this week sometime? Yeah. Well, no, it's technically next week because it's next Sunday. Sorry. By the way, would it be? I was going to ask you, Lucky, would it be against copyright thing or whatever? Because I want, since this is my Monday night spot now, I want to get bump Monday night jingle. Or would I get in trouble for that if I played it?
I don't know. Dun 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 dun.
Boom, boom, boom. Just a little of it.
I don't know. I can see if I can get the song, and we'll just do like Monday Night Comics. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. I can try.
For the first 30 something years of Monday Night Football, I never missed it. I mean, I never missed it. Not even if I had to miss most of the game, I would at least see a couple seconds of it. Monday Night Football, it was, the old days. It was so big to me. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sports ball, everybody. You can't talk sports ball. I mean, a lot of geeks don't like it. Some do, a lot of them don't. I know Purple doesn't. Purple doesn't like any sports over there, do you?
I like rugby, but American football, I know nothing about. Sorry.
I know. It was interesting. Az is a huge NFL fan.
Mm-hmm.
And it cracked me up. He was talking about football the other day, NFL football, and he mentioned he called a game a match, and I'm like, we don't call it that over here. A match? What? I thought he was talking about we don't call him that over here. But other than that, he's of course he's a Tom Brady fan, but he's still a great guy. We love him anyway. I'm kidding. I'm fine with Brady. Yeah, but Cardinalson says yes, they would kill me and draw and quarter me. Yeah, they'd at least cease and desist letter at worst. They make an example out of you for sure. And see if I just put bump on there, really? I guess. Oops. See, this is no fun. It's not. That was the one thing we got away with on BTR.
I'll test it. I've got another channel, and I've got this song right now. I just downloaded it.
I don't want to get you in trouble.
I will. No. It'll be on a different channel. Don't worry about it. It won't be on Low Keys Mornings of Mischief. I'll test it and I'll keep it unlisted on another channel. And if it flags a copyright, I'll let you know.
I appreciate that, man. It was just a thought, like just a beginning of a jingle. Don't you have like a limit? Like if you just do a couple of seconds or something, they don't care.
It's about 5 seconds, isn't it? 5-8 seconds.
I keep mine less than 12, and usually I can get away with that.
Oh, okay. Well, again, it was just a thought. I don't want to cause any stir or anything. But yeah, they will go after you with these. See, on BTR, no one gave a shit. I play whole songs. My opening. You familiar with the great film, the Great American Classic, Repo Man from the 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a song from it. Called Pablo Picasso was never called an asshole. Are you familiar with that song, anyone? I opened my show with that. I play it for, because you got to wait till everybody's piling in and stuff. I play it for 4 minutes. I play the whole damn thing a lot of times. I got interrupted eventually, but they didn't care over there. It didn't matter because it wasn't on TV like here. So, and I miss it. To this day, I had to get used to not having boom. Girls would turn the color of an avocado when he'd drive down the street in his Eldorado. He was only 5'3", but girls could not resist his stare. Boom, boom. Pablo Picasso was never called an asshole. You guys don't remember that song?
It's been a long time since I've seen that film, but I do vaguely remember it. Yes.
I love that movie. Great movie. Oh, my good friends, I have kept you long enough, and because especially it's already like 4 p.m. over there for Purple. Or in the morning, anyway. 5 in the morning. God, girl, I'm so sorry. Oh, but I really appreciate you being here. You got to promise me you're going to get some sleep and make me, assuage my guilt a little bit.
No, I'd love getting to join you guys. So thank you.
I appreciate you, and I also know that Loki, you're a busy man, as Columbo would say. So
all right.
I appreciate you, man. I want to thank all of our wonderful friends for being here tonight, listening to my wonderful guests and my foolishness ruining everything. Let's see, tomorrow night on the great Fat Steven Seagal's channel, Loki's 7 Kinds of Mischief will be guesting over there. If I remember right, it is Pat Stevens, right?
Pat Stevens' channel. Yep.
Yes.
It'll be on Pat Stevens' channel.
7 p.m. Central Time. And of course, it'll be a comics roundtable, as we were wont to do on Tuesday nights, right? So the big Loki's gang will be here. So let me say some goodbyes to all the fantastic people that we have with us tonight. The great Steve Mitchum. Always a pleasure to see you here, my great old friend. The 2 masters of wrenching in general. Chris Persia and Eric K., the 2 masters, buddies. I'm always just not worthy and too honored to have you here, or one of the 2. I'm all of that. Bruce Lombardo, my good friend, thank you for popping in. I always appreciate you, sir. You are the man. Thank you so much. Smart Steve has always been a good buddy. Thank you. Thanks for popping in, man. Cardinal Sen, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Mark Ducret. Sorry. It's Ducret, sorry. And I'm used to calling him Mark with a C. Mark, thank you, buddy. Smart. Let me find a Canadian Spider-Man who does do whatever a Canadian spider can. Thank you, my friend. I'm so pleased to see you, sir. You are a great pal. Again, one of these days you're gonna get down to Louisiana. I'll bring you to New Orleans, man. My great buddy Kickley, fantastic artist. I'm so pleased to have you pop in on a live stream, my friend. Rod Thunderheart, great to see you again, good sir. You are a gentleman and a scholar, or a scholarly gentleman. You're both. You're all of it. Who else do we have? I know I'm going to forget. If I forget anyone, I'm so sorry, everyone. I'm very old. Tim Myers, thank you for being here. I'm scrolling back just to catch people. This always going to be Fat Steven Seagal, of course. So it's on his channel tomorrow night. And thank you for being here, buddy. We appreciate you popping in. Oh yeah, Dr. Hercumonkey. A pleasure, sir. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. If I'm again, I think I ran out of scroll. I tried to find everyone. If I missed anyone, I'm just a rotten bastard. So, and really dumb and forgetful and all that stuff. So please forgive me. But if you did pop in here, or if you were just lurking, or if you were here so long ago, I forgot that you were here because never mind. I have a garbage memory, but what else is there? Again, everyone, you guys are the best. Loki, dude, I just appreciate you so much, man. I love being part of Valhalla. I appreciate it. And Purple Valkyrie, you beautiful lady. I will always feel guilty about making you stay up late, and yet I will never regret that you're here.
It was an honor. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Loki. It's always a pleasure.
All right, everyone. I'm going to
play us out with the greatest intro of all. Intro? It's an intro outro, isn't it? It works both ways. It's
Intro, outro.
all fit. One size fits all. Thank you, everyone.
Clobberin time!
D.D. Myers, I'm sorry I missed you there, brother. Thank you. I can never get enough of that thing, man. I
You're
love it.
still live.
I am. Oh, I am.
You are. You are.
I'm
You're
live,
still
everyone. You got some bonus show there because I'm a goddamn idiot. But I've done worse.